Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Prayers for those out there in California right now with all of the fires. God, I hope everything. It's horrible. Prayers to you guys. Welcome back to my channel on this Friday, where I hope it's a little warmer than it's been because it's been cold and windy. Guys, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. I wanted to talk to you about some things that, I've just... First of all, I'm going to do a live at 9 o'clock today because there are some things that I saw that I was hoping you guys could help me out with, legitimately help me out with, as far as helping me understand something. And also a responsibility, and where the responsibility begins and ends when it comes to content creators. And that's myself included. So I was doing a live stream, as you guys know, a couple days ago, and somebody sent me an email, and it was a screen recording, I guess, of Fancy Maselli on a live stream apparently hitting her dog. Now, nobody saw her hit her dog, but circumstantial evidence makes you believe that that's what happened. Because somebody comes out and says that the dog did something, went to the bathroom. Fancy gets up, everybody's upset. You hear and then a yelp, and it's off camera. It's not loud. The yelp is not loud, but it's in another room. And it's I think it's in another room behind the computer. I don't know. Morbid talked about it, and I got on his live, and I said, yeah, I got the same. I did. I got that. I got the email, and I saw that somebody wrote on Morbid's chat, before I jumped on, oh, Toddy loves dogs, and I was like, yeah, I do. And, we all lose our patience because, unfortunately, we're not perfect. I don't know if Fancy hit her dog. Here's what I know. I think she did because that's what I could deduce. She could get on in front of a computer screen or her iPhone or her Android or whatever and say she didn't, and I don't think that would change my mind. That's too bad, because Fancy is the only one that's responsible for my opinion of her. So is it circumstantial? Yes. Do I want to start rumors? No. Am I going to call animal services? No. I would hope that there isn't an animal being abused. Animals don't respond to that. They only fear that. And fearing that, they shouldn't be afraid of you. They shouldn't be afraid of you. Even when you yell at them, they don't like that. And there are times that I yell at my dogs. I lose it and I yell at them, and then I'm right back at, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And they must think I'm fucking bipolar. But, 95% of the time, I am very loving and everything to my dogs, and then there are times that I am impatient when they want me to be more patient than what I am. But I don't hit my dogs. I don't think it's a good idea to do that. And so, but again, where do we stop and start? Is it my place to even speak on this? I think in a way it is, because I didn't put myself out there to know about this. I was doing my own job, my own business, staying in my own lane. And somebody sent this to me, and I would think they sent it in hopes to say something. I did say something about it, but I didn't post it. But then Morbid said something about it, and I thought, well, I should speak up because that did happen. It is true. And shouldn't I speak up? I tell everybody, you see something, say something. So, yeah. But I don't know if Fancy did that with her dog. But I know it wouldn't matter if she told me she didn't. I'd still think she did, because that's what I deduced in my head. That's what I deduced in my head. So I think Morbid was going to work on extracting the sound better. He can do that. I can't. I do have studio headphones. Sony ones too, hot shot. They're ancient though. I had them from 2000, so I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I guess we'll ultimately hear it. But I did hear a yelp. Like I said, it wasn't real loud. I thought I heard it twice, but I know I heard it once. So anyway, guys, yeah, I don't know. So that put out there, when we get our information from people, or we're looking to trust people and we're relying on them to tell us what they honestly think, I think it's important that we are those people. I think it's important that we are those people. I've had some every time with Scientology, there's issues with Scientology and the people in the comments, and some people putting videos out on me, and it's that's very bipolar, so I think there's been things that have come out that are very important to talk about, as far as a guy named Louis Repetto. Now, over a year ago, I want to say now, or was it about a year ago, I did an interview with Mrs. J, whose dad was like a major player and a major pastor in a big church in the UK and in Australia, and how he had done time in prison for murder, only that he didn't do it. He honestly didn't do it. He was a cop. He ended up doing time. He came out, but he had abused his stepdaughter, which Mrs. J. So Mrs. J has been very much involved in finding things out about Scientology, and I'm not going to give you information on her, right? So, but she's spoken out about Scientology and has been behind the scenes on things. And she brought out something that, again, and we've been in contact, not consistent contact, but contact, and she shared things with me and told me something big was coming up. And she brought out Louis Repetto and Louis Repetto's behavior and how long people knew about him. So, Louis Repetto, and I didn't know about this. He was a former Scientologist, good friends with A.A. Ron, by the way. And, yeah, you need to look him up, because essay, and people kept quiet. People kept shtum. A lot of people, including A.A. Ron, so it appears. So Mrs. J has done a whole series on that, which we're going to cover. And we're going to find out who knew what and what knew who and how that happened. And I think that that's really important, because if you're going to call Mike Rinder out on things, then and why didn't he do the thing with the Child USA, then what happened here with Louis Repetto? And who else knew about that? So, as content creators, aren't we responsible for what we put out there and what we hush about? Is that true? Is that not true? And certainly when we say something about somebody, shouldn't we at least let them know what the frig they're talking about? So that's my own personal thing, which I'll address live in the morning at 9 a.m. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to dig deep into, should we? What are we responsible for doing? Should I call Fancy out? Should I say, hey, was Morbid wrong in bringing that out? Was somebody wrong in sending it to me? Was that sent to me in good spirit? I mean, with good intention? Or was it for me to bring up gossip? I mean, I don't know. Or was it for me to say, hey, because how are we going to know how Fancy treats her animals? Is there going to be enough noise that maybe Animal Services will go and check out? Is that what's happening here? Is that what we're trying to do? I don't want to see anybody abuse a dog. I don't want to see anybody abuse anything or anybody. I don't want to see that. You know? So, I don't know, guys. I'd like to talk about this. Tell me in the comments. Do you consider this gossip or do you consider this responsibility? It's a thin line. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line. Guys, please like, subscribe, and share. We got some serious stuff that we're going to talk about, and I hope to see you at 9 a.m. today, Friday. January 10th, 2025. And tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, January 11th, where I'm going to be on The Guilty of Crime with Jay. We're going to talk about Rebecca Michello, Corey Michello. What went on there? What's going on? What is going on? How are we dropping the ball here? And I have a video I'm doing on the Zolock. Does anybody know about that? Because you guys sent me, 2 of you sent me this. This was horrible. So we got some stuff to talk about. And we'll throw some Gypsy Rose in there to lighten the mood. All right, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always be kind. Thanks, guys.